You're listening to Empire of Rust, the world's first and only Transformers RPG podcast. Join the fight as Carapace, Rex, Magnum, Wildstrike, and Sweet Spot fight their way through Icon's underworld against criminal empires and a movement determined to bring an end to the Cybertronian Confederation.
Welcome back to Empire of Rust. This is episode 56, and we are almost at the end of our first big story. But before we get into all that, I got another very important announcement for everybody out in Listenerland. I no longer have any Cadbury cream eggs.
Oh, it's about damn time.
No.
You're obsessed.
Yeah.
I have eaten them all. They're all in my tummy.
I was gonna say, like, did they survive the week?
No, I was done before the last recording. Screw that.
Nope. In fact, I'm pretty sure I heard him eating during the last recording.
On an unrelated note, he's going to jog around the neighborhood about 13 times after the recording.
Zing, 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 zing. Yep, I inspired him to do that. Wasn't the sugar at all.
So we have an episode to get to. And guess what? This is our second appearance of Alloy, our fan favorite combiner. Our only combiner. So fan favorite makes perfect sense.
Great.
He's the least worst of all of us.
Now, I would ask you if you had Alloy when you were a kid, because Alloy's an awesome combiner.
Truth.
But he wasn't out when you were young. Did any of you guys have a full combiner, or which ones did you like? Which one's your favorite combiner?
I mean, I've already mentioned that all I had was Devastator's head, so that's about it.
And I had everything but Devastator's head, which we also discussed. So, by our powers combined.
Is Devastator your favorite one?
He was awesome. He was the only 6-1. Like, he was the first as far as I was concerned,
Yeah.
But I definitely, in the later stuff, I remember, what was it? I think it was called Computron, which is like the smart ones. Were they the Superions?
Mm-hmm. Superion was the jets, the Autobot jets.
No, what was the name of the team that turned into Computron?
The Technobots.
The Technobots, really? Okay. I just remember like the body had like this button on it that would like turn into like a gun and it would split open kind of like a flower. I just thought that was neat.
I think he should come with a giant glow stick.
What about you, Adam?
I didn't have a favorite combiner. Didn't get my hands on any of them.
None? At all?
None whatsoever. You'll find my lack of variety in my Transformer collection disturbing.
Yeah.
That wasn't even remotely tortured.
Well, look, think about it this way, Adam. If you had to pick a combiner for you to get right now, what would it be? What do you think?
Alloy, brother.
There you go.
Oh, all right. I approve.
That would imply that all of our other figures also had toys of their own.
You're darn right.
Ooh. What about you, Mike? Did you have a full combiner?
I don't think so. The only one that I remember is Devastator. And I know I had some of him, but I don't think I had all of them. But my cousins did have all of them. I remember playing with that.
And thinking, maybe I could just sneak out one bot.
Right?
One
I
bot
just
at
need
a
this
time.
one piece.
Did they have the green one, the yellow one, or the orange one?
The green one.
Well, yeah, the green one
Green
was the
one?
only
Okay.
one then.
They did a G2 reissue of Devastator in yellow, which was easier to find, and then orange, which was harder to find.
I never saw those.
Well, they had to change the color because it's not easy being green.
I had to beg my parents to borrow, I think it was $30 to get all of the pieces at my local drugstore.
Oh, wow.
And then $30 was like a lot of money at the time.
Oh, yeah.
This was like
Sure.
six weeks of allowance.
That was back when we actually used paper and metal money, you kids, with your phones tapping on registers these days.
It's technically cloth, but I'll shut up now.
Actually, I think having pieces of combiners was sort of my thing, because now I think about it, I had one of Puzzler's legs. That was the GoBot combiner. and maybe the only one.
Oh, right.
And then one of the bots from the Voltron 2, which actually was a complete robot on its own, but...
You could have created a Junkion way before they were a thing.
Yeah.
I had some of the GoBot suits that combined.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those ones?
I don't remember what they were called.
Yeah, they were like the white suits that went over the GoBot.
Yeah.
And then
like
they'd connect together.
You put the GoBot inside, like, essentially a cage, and, like, the cage turned into, like, the limbs of the combiner.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a deep cut right there.
That is the most ghetto version of a Transformer combiner I've ever heard of. And this is the first time I'm hearing of it.
Well, you know who's not a ghetto combiner? Alloy.
Alloy. Alloy.
All right, gentlemen, we have slacked off enough. That means it is time for a fight. Alloy is on the board, Quickswitch is on the board, and we got some guards popping up over here. You'll notice over in the northeastern corner, the two guards that you had bypassed over the last 2 rounds have made their way to the door. And you have 1, 2, 3 guards still alive surrounding you, 2 more coming in, and Quickswitch in front of you. And it is Quickswitch's turn. Now that is what I am talking about. We've spent too long fighting amongst ourselves. Autobots, Decepticons, the hatred we feel towards each other is too great for us to work together. So if I have to force everyone to get in line, then so be it. Quickswitch raises his weapons towards you, Alloy, and takes a shot.
What kind of weapon is he using?
He is raising 2 weapons, 1 in each hand.
Because we actually threaten the square that he's in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a melee weapon out?
We are improved unarmed strike.
We are a melee weapon.
Well then, that simply means you get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, it does.
So go ahead and roll up your attack of opportunity while I roll up my attacks.
27 to hit.
It wasn't a gimme. It wasn't a gimme, but you do hit.
48 damage.
48 damage. Is that max damage?
No.
We rolled actually 3 1s in there.
All right. 48 damage. All right. He takes the punch, knocks him back a little bit here. You can kind of see him shaking it off. It's like, ooh, man, big punch. Yeah, you can do this. Gets his head back in the game.
I thought you punched like a train. You only punched like a truck.
He raises 2 weapons, 1 in either hand, and I rolled a pair of 31s to hit.
Yeah, we're 24.
So 1 shot coming in from an ice weapon of some kind.
I remember that.
And another coming in from a plasma weapon.
Uh-oh.
Does anybody have any damage or energy resistance that would be added to this?
Oh, interesting. Yes. It's only DR2 against physical.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been able to take one of those feats yet, so I actually had this thought when I first read about the combiners, but like, so if each of us were to like take a different enhanced resistance when we combined, we would be like, oh, we have damage reduction 10, everything.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
16 damage, cold and piercing, and then 19 damage for electricity and fire.
So we only subtract 2 from the whole bunch.
Oh, piercing,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Thank you.
And Quickswitch is going to transform to his wolf mode.
Because, shooting 2 weapons also lets you have that extra action.
That's why it's called Quickswitch.
Son of a gun. Got me again.
So, for all of you listeners, we have a slight change to the way combiners worked. The last time we all played Alloy, we had to do a bunch of things like get consensus between all of the players, make certain that everyone was on the same page in order to agree to do the same action. But as we played through it, we kind of realized that it was a little bit clunky. So we did a quick modification to the rule on here where everyone now has the ability to do something. Every component has its own move and standard action, and depending on what that person wants to do, they don't need to get a consensus with everyone else. Everyone can act in the way that they choose, in the way that they want. So even if a situation came up where someone was combined in with Alloy who was not an ally, they have the ability to change and to do things and to act in any way they want. But the rest of Alloy also has the ability to go ahead and do what they want. So a slight little rules change that we're sticking with for this year. But otherwise, Alloy is still your fan favorite combiner. So Carapace, you are leading us off on this one.
I figured we can soften up and just take out the people that are around us as opposed to focusing on Quickswitch. Or do you think he's the only real threat here?
When he hits like that, I mean, definitely we got a long ways to go before we're in any danger. But yeah, I think if we take him down, if we take him down, definitely the rest will think twice about joining in.
I don't think that's true at all. I guess so I'm gonna since we have this kind of hive mind thing, I'm gonna try and focus my anger at Quickswitch and filter it through Sweet Spot. Because I want him to be the one that hurts this guy, so he gets that, the feel of blood on his hands. Okay, so Carapace is going to raise our now beefy arm and aim it at Mr. Green and fire at him with our newly constructed Storm Arccaster.
Greedy boy.
So we hit a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, and then Green takes 37 points of damage. Electricity.
For fuck's sake. He's dead.
Yeah, as I figured. And then the Mr. Blue, who is 10 feet behind him, the electricity arcs from him to Mr. Blue, and it does 29 damage.
And he's dead too.
And that is exactly what I had hoped would happen. And and then as a move action, I will give Quickswitch the finger.
What is that supposed to mean? So uncivilized.
I'm sorry, I will bite my nails at him. Do you bite your thumbs, sir?
Oh, dear.
I do not bite my thumbs at you, sir, but I do bite my thumbs. All right, Carapace, that was you, which brings us to Wild Strike.
So I can do a full action?
You can do a full action, yes.
Mark Smack.
Right. I'm going to pick up Mr. Yellow and hurl him at Quickswitch.
Wow, you beat me to it. Nice.
This is just for the attack roll. 33.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
33 on the attack roll. Okay.
So that would pick up Yellow.
Let me do a quick check of his KAC plus 8. Doesn't matter, you got it. Yes, you are holding Lemony Fresh over there. No, Misty Yella. That's who it was. Misty Yella in your hand.
And this is the hurl attack, which just the attack roll again. 29 to hit Quickswitch.
You grab a hold of Mr. Yella and you chuck him forward, trying to collide him with Quickswitch. Quickswitch transforms as a reaction to that, to avoid getting hit. He transforms into his jet mode. However, you did successfully grab Mr. Yella and toss him, so now he is against the back wall in pieces.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the damage that we did, he probably like fell apart during the throw like a poorly made snowball.
That's gruesome, but very apt.
Yeah, I like how like your streaming poetic are internalized violence now.
It's just how I feel, or how we feel.
We, whatever.
You guys are amateurs.
No, now they're professionals. Now that you're there. That's a good point, Magnum. We haven't heard from you yet. This is the first time you were sucked into a combination. Well, a combination with these guys.
Magnum, take the wheel.
What's going through Magnum's head here?
Well, nothing. Magnum's head is over there.
And my head isn't around right now, so yeah. I don't remember what part he is, though. It's probably the torso, or Carapace is the torso, right?
I don't know if we've actually set up an actual thing. Like, I was thinking that I'm, like, you're the biggest because you can do your mass shift, but you're not mass shifted right now. But,
yeah,
like, my
exactly.
physical stats are what we're based off of, so I kind of assumed that I was the center.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Maybe an arm. I don't know.
I imagine Wild Strike is still an arm. I imagine that Legionnaire is probably still your shield arm.
So
Sweet Spot is your leg, which means that
Magnum, you're the other leg.
You're a flatfoot.
Yeah. Of course.
Just call me Gumshoe. I actually thought of Gumshoe the other day. I'm like, that would have been a great Transformer name.
Yeah, it would. That's cool.
If I knew what he was going to be.
What's your power? I can make the ground around me sticky.
You?
So the two remaining guards that came down the stairs have both set up positions at the door and are shooting at you, Alloy. Let's see here. 2 shots. Boom, boom. Both are hits. Both are do no damage.
No damage.
Nothing misses. It just doesn't damage us.
Yeah.
So those are the two guys in the upper right-hand corner?
Correct. So 2 shots. They connect. Doesn't do any damage. It does get pretty close to you there, Pythagoras. So I'd watch out if I were you. You nearly lost your hat.
Oh, dear. That would be unthinkable. I guess he's just sitting on his shoulder, then.
Okay, back up to the top of the round. This is going to be round Z+2. Starting off with the Sweet Spot.
So the round is me plus Z plus 2.
Release your rage.
All right.
I'd say I'd twist your arm, but you're a leg, so.
So full round action, basically.
Sure.
I think I shall move over here, put my back against the wall of the shuttle bay, and kick this shuttle hard as I can into this shuttle. And whatever happens to be in this area here, in the middle, well, let's just say there's going to be something going on there.
I love it when you roughhouse.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So you're going to try and kick one of the shuttles into the other, squishing Quickswitch, who's in his own jet fighter mode, in between the two.
Yes, because I am bracing myself against this here wall.
I'm excited to be a part of this plan.
Yeah. Well, so
Technically, I try to get about here to get good leverage.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
All right, so here comes that athletics check. Harumph! A 31.
You lean yourself back up against the shuttle bay wall, put both legs, both Sweet Spot and Magnum go up on the shuttle, and you kick up as hard as you can. The shuttle slides over a good 15 feet right into the next one, and Quickswitch is hit by the first shuttle and is knocked clear, but it looks like he took quite a hit on that one.
It's at least a triple there. Well done.
it's kind of like it's a little jet threesome there.
Legionnaire. Who's playing Legionnaire today?
Oh, wait, that would be me. I am playing him today, so I guess I'll be going again. So, you said that Quickswitch got kind of knocked clear. Where did he end up?
Right over here. Since he was in jet mode, he was hovering, so he was hit, but it kind of knocked him back a little bit.
Is he still size medium in jet mode?
Yes, he is.
After taking multiform so many times, he didn't have any more feet for bash him.
Wild Strike, you know that he can become a larger jet, but he's probably just not doing it because of space requirements in here.
Makes sense.
Move over here because that shuttle is no longer in the way. And we're still decently spaced, so doing this will not provoke. But Legionnaire is kind of fond of that gun, and he's going to use it to take a shot at Quickswitch.
Which gun?
The big gun that you had.
So, tactical note, if it hits, it automatically strikes a target within 10 feet, even if it's us.
Oh.
We can only send it to another target if there is another target.
Oh, that's fine. He's got fists. Yeah.
Let that arc might atomize Pythagoras.
Wow, he actually might, yeah.
So, yeah, he'll just throw fists. Boom. A 33 to hit the little wolf. And,
He's a jet right now.
that's what I said, the little jet. And 59 bludgeoning damage
Oh my god.
to the jets. I do not believe it's safe to fly.
Well, he attempts to use his Artful Pilot ability to negate that by switching his AC for his piloting check. But with a 33, you still hit.
Nice.
You hit this guy so hard that people that look like him felt that.
People with the same color scheme.
Like Wild Strike hurt a little bit because you're like, wait, I'm a jet too.
Well, that brings it up to Magnum
And Pythagoras.
and Pythagoras.
Guess good.
What are the chances of me hitting him, though?
Worth taking.
Just throw Pythagoras out. That's all you gotta do.
All right, well, I'll give it.
No,
Cannonball
dude,
special.
if we do that and put him on a yo-yo, like we could just be, like form of yo-yo.
I think he might quit.
Assuming he survived, he'd have the right to.
Yeah.
Pythagoras wouldn't mind.
Yeah, 13 to hit.
13's a miss. Sorry to say.
He's going to get down on his back somewhere, so he has some cover.
Oh, we can hurl him.
Just hanging on to Alloy's back there, huh?
Yep.
I'm sure Carapace is gonna open up some, joints or something for Pythagoras to get a good handhold.
Well, I figured, if we continue to do this sort of thing, we're just going to have, an adaptation, armored backpack form on us. So we can just, hide in the back and be like, all right, yeah, cool, I'm safe.
It could be a tail gunner,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Pythagoras takes multiform, turns into a helmet.
I actually think this might not work. Tried to hurl Quickswitch at Mr. Purple there, but this is probably not enough to hurl him.
What'd you get?
27.
27 is not going to be enough. To be fair, it was really close, though.
Okay. Yeah, I know that with him, and he has a very good armor class, and it's the 8. All right.
Yeah, so to give you an idea, Carapace is you need to beat a 33 in order to do something like that to me.
Okay. Well, if it's ever gonna work, it's gonna work here.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Right.
totally. No,
Hey.
we're going for the awesome here.
Trying to play some darts with that little jet.
Okay, that brings it back up to Quickswitch's turn, and Quickswitch is going to rocket away from you towards his guards up here. He is going to transform and land in their hand. Specifically the one to the southeast, the new blue one.
He is leaving a threatened square for us.
Is he now?
Yes.
He is.
He is.
Like, so the idea of just, like, catching him in rocket form is just... This is so wonderful.
It's like in the first Avengers movie when the fighter pilot tried to eject and the Hulk just
catches him.
No!
Where do you think you're going? Nowhere! He was serial crushed by this huge friggin' guy.
Okay, well, are you taking an attack of opportunity? Do you have one to take?
Yes, because the round flipped over.
Okay.
Now we can.
Who should do it?
You were in
Yeah, you
control of
missed.
them.
You missed last time, so I think you should have the opportunity to have some fun.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I mean, he apparently said that he blew up your former head.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be a little pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I'd be angrier than that.
24. Try to slap him out of the air, but
24 is a miss. Oof. Guys started off really strong, but a couple of solid misses in here.
there's too many parts. There's too many pieces, and my head is missing.
I'm used to having my head. All right. Well, he gets over to his guards over there, transforms, and lands in one of their hands. Again, it's Mr. Blue.
He's not used to being mobile while he's in his alt form.
Yeah, certainly not.
It's like a peg leg, you know.
You have a joint. Use it.
Oh, really?
Carapace, it is up to you.
Awesome. Well, I am going to, now that it is my turn, I can use this beautiful gun that we have turned into, merged our weapons into, and I'm going to take a shot at not Quickswitch, but Mr. Blue.
Ooh,
Because he's a lot easier to hit, one would think. And because I'm tactical, I do that kind of stuff.
Nice to meet you, Tactical.
Yes. I'm talking like you. This is really weird.
Weird for you, really.
You think that's weird?
Damn it.
You should try talking like that at speed.
No. It's my voice. Stop it, Dennis. The whole alloy starts talking like that at the same time.
I know. All of us are talking as one. So to hit Mr. Blue, I hit a 32.
32 is a hit.
Sweet. He takes 27 electricity damage.
27, okay. He's actually never been hit before, so he actually survives that.
Whoa. Well, good on him. And then Quickswitch, it jumps to him, and he takes 18. Actually, is that possible? Oh, yeah, no, I rolled a 3?
Because
Yeah, 2 and a 1 and 2d6, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, so 18 electricity damage to... no. 18? Oh, plus 4,
2d6
22.
plus 15.
Well, it's plus 19 because of the ranged weapon
is
thing.
it plus 19?
Yeah, because Sweet Spot's thing does plus 4 damage from a ranged attack.
And that would factor into the arc?
I mean, it's ranged... I don't know.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I'll add it in there for the next...
I guess I would
now.
how would you... To me, it seems like everything that is ranged attack, so I would if I was running, but that's not.
Sure.
So 22 to Quickswitch, electricity.
Okay, noted.
And I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and wait, so we have 45 movement. So that's 9 squares, right? Oh, you're in trouble, big guy. Little guy. Little people.
Uh-oh. Moving right up to him, huh?
Mm-hmm. And that's my turn.
Wild Strike, you are up. Are you going to be able to finish this off? You might be able to.
I'm not going to. I'm going to do a scan.
Scan, okay. What you scanning
I'm going
for?
to scan on Quickswitch.
You're trying to find out how many more forms he has, aren't you? I'm kind of curious about that myself.
And that is only a move action for you.
Yes, so add +2 to this roll. So 16. Functions as a check to identify a creature. The biggest thing is it gives the +1 insight bonus to the next attack.
A lot of those things tend to be like 20 plus their hit die, and if we roll less than a 20, I don't think it's going to do anything.
It's either 20 or a 15, but either
He's
way...
He's not a first-level character, so it's... Yeah, we're not going to get anything from him. But you can still slam him.
Yep. I will do that.
Let the bots be bots! Slam!
We can't actually target him right now, can we? Well, we could do like a thunder, I suppose.
What do you,
He's a gun. He's a gun. He's being held.
He's a gun.
Oh, interesting. So can you not target him then?
Well, I mean, I think it would apply. I don't know. I mean, how would you usually hit it?
I think it would be a
thunder or a disarm.
Okay.
But just if you smush blue, I mean, that'll probably be good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should be good enough.
So yeah, with a 16, you're unfortunately not going to get any information. He is certainly a higher level character than you expect. But I will give you a little bit of info. He is looking very, very beat up right now, and you think he is very close to dropping.
All right. Well, since he is a weapon in Mr. Blue's hand, I'm going to slam Mr. Blue.
You gonna punch the boo?
Yes. 33 to hit.
33 to hit. You can see Mr. Boo's arm kind of like shunt out of the way, as it looks like Quickswitch is trying to pull him clear of the hit. But with a 33, doesn't matter. You hit Mr. Boo.
45 damage.
45 damage. You hit Mr. Blue so hard that Quickswitch's handle breaks off in his hand.
Oh.
Oh, my legs! My fucking legs!
It wasn't my leg.
Well, it was for Megatron, so...
Okay. Might be Quickswitch's last action on here. But is the last guard's turn, and he is going to... He's going to do it. He's going to pick up Quickswitch, try to hold him, but he can't hold him that effectively because his hilt has been broken off, but his trigger's still there. He is going to pick up Quickswitch, aim him at you, and take a shot. And that shot is going to be... 26. Not bad, not bad.
I think that's exactly what
26 will hit.
Yeah, I think that's exactly ours, right?
Yep, that's going to get us.
Coming at you then. 28 acid damage.
Ouch. I mean, no, that didn't hurt.
Carapace, that doesn't sound like you.
Technically, I don't think it was.
It's like I was channeling a little bit of sweet spot there.
I know. Why was he aiming for the leg? It's always my face.
Well, it's funny because usually when dogs attack a man, if you know how to defend yourself, you put your arm in the way, and it's like you're feeding them to your arm. I need to switch you.
Back up to top of the round, probably the last round. Sweet Spot. What do you think there, Sweet?
I'm going to slam Mr. Purple, who is holding Quickswitch in his broken gun form. But I am going to attempt to direct the blow so that it only, or mostly, hits Mr. Purple and does minimal collateral damage to Quickswitch to leave him alive and very much wounded. A 32 to hit.
That is a hit. Same thing as before. You see Quickswitch jerk the guy's arm just to try to get him out of the way a little bit. But with a 32, still more than enough to hit him.
42 for the damage on Mr. Purple.
Disarm you.
As you kill Mr. Purple, Quickswitch drops to the floor and transforms back to his bot mode, staring up at you. You can see the energon leaking from various places all over his body. And Legionnaire, it is your turn.
All right. Legionnaire will basically take a knee to get right down in his face, put one finger on his chest, and say, "Surrender or die."
I will never surrender to the likes of you. I'm the only one who can defend Cybertron. No one else is capable of making the hard choices. Not Ironhide, not Fix-It, and least of all, your useless Master Zaron.
And he'll wrap his big alloy hand around the bot and pick him up like a limp, unripe banana and stand up and say, "So, what are we going to do with this fruit?"
Wild Strike will chime in, focusing Ally's attention directly at Quickswitch. Last time you ambushed us, you caught us off guard. This time, we were ready for you. That's why it's different. And then, smash him.
Go ahead and roll up the damage. Perhaps the last damage.
42.
Life, the universe, and everything.
You bring your hand down on top of Legionnaire's hand, and like a giant clap, crush him between your two hands. And as he lies in your arms, dying, he manages to croak out, "Who will defend this planet from the Harmonium now? A politician? A mercenary? Or a Decepticon and a Primus damned neutral?" But after 8 million years, it is no longer my responsibility. The light fades from Quickswitch's eyes, and you stand victorious over the leader of Cybertron First.
Yeah.
Nice.
Woo!
That's awesome.
You did it!
Anybody want to go out for pancakes?
Can you suck his soul out as you like you do your necromancy
Hold on,
thing?
put him down by my toe.
Isn't it Pythagoras who does that?
Oh, yeah. Not used to this, man.
Oh, man. Look at that. That was one hell of an epic combat.
I'm glad.
That was.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that's over.
You know, you should speak good of the dead. So I say good, he's dead.
I'll just scrape the remnants of him off of both of Alloy's hands and say, "Well, I wash my hands of it."
Man, I'm dying for a cigarette, guys. Come on.
I guess at this point, do we have any reason to stay separated, or do we want to? To stay together, or do we separate now?
I think we can separate if we can.
Right.
Give me a quick mysticism check right there, guys.
Oh, jeez.
I have a 0.
Don't look in my corner of the mind.
Alloy get a 19.
Hey.
That's enough. You guys think you got the handle of this? It's like, all right. You know, I just gotta get my leg out of your torso there, Magnum, and I gotta disconnect myself.
Put your hand
from
where my
Spot.
armpit was. Yeah, it's like
By Dr. Scholl's little piggies. This is difficult. Dr. Scholl's what? I said by Dr. Scholl's little piggies. This is difficult. Hold on a sec.
It takes you definitely longer than transforming normally, but you do manage to disconnect
I can just
try
imagine he sort of disintegrates. Like one piece falling off at a time. Bing, 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 bing. To a pile of limbs, and then they turn back into what they're supposed to look like.
No, you remember when Unicron pulls his own leg off at the end of the movie when he's blowing off? It's just like, oh, I just pull you out of my socket, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, then okay.
Hop around and beat you in the head. My leg.
I know, right?
This was not well thought out.
So you are all out of combat. You're surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dead bodies and the body of the pieces of the bodies of a Quickswitch. So what do you want to do?
Somebody call maintenance.
We have the lab.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, we
Check
should go do that. I'm going to try and, just because I apparently seem to have a thing for this, but I'm going to try to see if I can salvage or find Quickswitch's transformation cog. Because, I mean, a 6-former, that's weird. Like, that's
let's just search the body in general.
Super rare.
Who knows what he's carrying?
Yeah, obviously, we should search everything, but...
Well, then go ahead and give me a perception check there, Carapace.
Okay.
As the first person who goes over to examine him.
18 plus 8 is 26.
All right, good. You find a couple of things on him. The first is an ancient-looking data crystal.
Oh.
The second is a small device. I'll have you roll a check for it in just a moment. And you find 3 weapons. A Disciple Blaze Scimitar, a Gelid Ice Carbine, and an Elite Plasma Bolter. The Blaze Scimitar is essentially like a flaming sword, the Ice Carbine is an ice gun, and the Plasma Bolter is a plasma gun.
I guess I'll throw the crystal at Pythagoras. Because apparently he's the only one of us that has any clue as to
You're
what that
basically
is.
throwing it at Magnum's head.
Catch.
Bonk. Thank you very much. What do I owe the pleasure?
Magnum, you recognize this crystal.
Oh, what? It flew by me. Okay, I pick it up. What does it look like?
Oh, is this the one that he stole?
Yep, it is absolutely the one that you took. And as you're kind of looking into its depths, like some memories start coming back to you. You start to remember that like this was the crystal that you took. And you remember that Quickswitch was actually the one who contracted with you like a long time ago to get this crystal from Scarvix. He knew it was a religious artifact to them, and he knew that he couldn't just go there and get it, so he pretty much hired you to go and steal it for him. And you remember, like, as after you stole it, you examined it, even though Quickswitch told you not to. You still examined it, and you don't quite remember what you learned from it, but you do remember that whatever it was you learned was significant enough that he shouldn't give it to him. But you do remember that it is specifically a data crystal as well, and it contains a good deal of information.
We're gonna have to look into what this thing has inside of it when we have a chance.
Indeed.
For the other device that he had, you can go ahead and make an engineering check, whomever wants to.
I have this like instinct or this feeling now that like because there's these things like like the planet's going to be attacked and we're finding all these religious artifacts, like we're like assembling like the 5 things that will combine, and we're going to be like hey, we just actually combined 5 combiners into like
combiners.
The Cybertronian Defender,
I got an 18 for engineering.
You recognize it as a systems override tool. You think you can plug it into most ships' systems to essentially gain captain's clearance and captain's credentials.
Wow. Any ship? Or just this ship?
Yeah, you think it's keyed to this ship.
But with a few modifications.
That would be a ridiculously powerful thing.
I think we have a new base of operations. Might need a little cleaning.
We got a new ride?
Yeah, this one. I'll call it, I don't know, what should we call it?
How about we call it Steelhaven?
No, that's
Haven Steel.
That's way too formulaic.
Or actually, in this case, it would be Stolen Haven.
It has a better ring to it.
Not Steel Haven, Stolen.
How about the Titanic?
Oh boy.
What could possibly go wrong?
There's a ship out there called the Iceberg.
Well, they're very unoriginal.
Hey, Magnum.
Yes.
Can you patch into the ship comms and make an announcement just in case there's anybody else on board?
All right.
Well, there's that one guy who thinks he's got a bomb on his head.
Oh yeah, let me go get you those smokers.
Yeah, there are other sections that we haven't been to though, so
Right.
might want to tell everybody to stand down.
I'm going to zip up to this guy and say, zoom, zoom, zip, zoom. I go, all right, hold still. I'm going to grab this off of you. Do not move. I said don't move.
Okay. I'm sitting right here. Don't let it go off. Don't let it go off.
All right, I already got it. Calm down. All right, now stand up. Now,
He
listen.
slowly stands up.
There's going to be an announcement. I want you to listen to it. All right? Now go on comms. All right, go ahead. Patch it through.
So he'll patch into the communicators with his little captain's key and everything. Attention crew of the Titanic.
Steelhaven.
We're announcing a change of management. I am now captain of this ship. So, I expect everyone to fall into line quickly. Quickswitch has retired. Yes. Stand down. Stand down and there will be there may not be prosecutions. We'll see about that. That'll certainly help. No, we may not have to shoot you in the face. All right.
No, not in the face.
Well, if anyone sees my cigarettes, please bring them to the bridge.
Which is floating in another part of the ship.
Did it actually separate, or did we stop that before that happened?
We separated.
It did separate?
You ran off before you could really see or check it out. Last you knew, it was separating.
Are we in the piece with the bridge or without the bridge?
Without the bridge at the moment.
Another captain's orders. Prepare for a recombination of the ship. I want it recombined in the next 20 minutes. And then we're going to be going down to Cybertron, and everyone's going to get shore leave. All right?
Ooh, did he say shore leave?
That's all. Shore leave. Yes.
So can you, now that you have access to, the master key of this thing, can you, scan the ship to see how many people are actually left on it?
Of course I can. Yes.
We've turned the mic off at this point.
Yeah.
No, a good idea.
It's we don't want them to know how completely incompetent we truly are.
Well, he's getting all these feelings about being diplomatic and either just smooth talking them or ripping their legs off at the same time, you know.
So, about
Such
normal
conflicting.
for you?
Yeah, but it was just in a sort of a new variety of ways.
You plug the captain's key into the nearest console, and it allows you access to pretty much all of the ship's basic functions. You do get a map of the ship, and you get essentially a life signs count. And you can see that there is a group of 5 that have kind of barricaded engineering, like the first level of engineering and the med bay. But otherwise, aside from the bot that Sweet Spot is guarding, there's no other bots in the ship.
Is Bombshell technically still alive? Does he register on the life science scan thing that you just did?
No, he does not.
I'm thinking that we should lock them into there and then take the ship down for landing.
So leaving a bunch of robots in the engineering section of a ship is probably not a good idea.
Well, I was going to try to take away control of engineering and then move it to auxiliary control.
We have the bunks forward, so we could try to lock them in there, too.
No, you're saying they're technically barricaded in there. We can, if
we bring them down to our level, they have bunks.
Let me gauge how this guy has responded to the announcement there. So, what do you think about that?
But What do you mean Quickswitch is retired? He's the captain of the ship. He wouldn't just he's dead, isn't he?
He's dead. He's dead. Yeah, that's right. He's dead and gone.
Retired in quotes.
Retired in quotes. You're getting it now. All right. So, how do you feel about all this change in leadership here? You gonna fight us on this at all?
Well, if
I'm shaking my head no.
If all of you are strong enough to beat Captain Quickswitch, then you're probably pretty tough. So I don't think I'm gonna fight you guys. And he just hangs his head low.
I need you to lead the way into the engine room when we enter, and you're going to communicate this to your crewmates. Okay?
Okay.
Is there a like an access hatch that goes into like the ceiling or like the behind of the engineering room that I can like drop down through on the off chance that they don't go quietly?
Looks like there's a ladder.
Yeah, you see a ladder here. Like if I go into the tank room and then I climb down through here, you know, if they're barricaded facing this way and I just come in from behind them.
Question. Can I control the gravity plating with this key?
You can't control it from here. You would have to actually get someplace like engineering or something like that would have access to it. Engineering the bridge.
The one place we need to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like once you get there, you can easily hook that up and it'll give you clearance to do it with no problems, but you still need to get somewhere to actually turn it off.
Well, once we're occupying the engine room, it's moot then, you know. So
All right, so is one of us going to attempt to kind of guard post the ladder? I've got the northern door up here.
Yeah, I intend to go into the back if there's a way there.
And I'm guessing Magnum's just going to keep an eye on everyone to make sure no one's sneaking by us in any particular fashion.
yeah, I guess it's probably a good idea to keep on the scan. Pythagoras will make his way up to where Bombshell is. Or the possible Bombshell.
Okay, so I'll deal with deal with Carapace first, then Sweet Spot, Wild Strike, and the guard there, and then we'll deal with Pythagoras. Carapace, you head down towards the ground vehicle landing bay, and you see a ladder that is heading up, and you think from the map of the ship it should go up into engineering. You get to the ladder, and once you start climbing up, you notice that the top shaft entrance is sealed. What do you want to do?
Based upon like what I look at it, is it the type of thing that I would have the ability to burrow through, or is this like a?
You think with some time you could do it, but it is going to make an awful lot of noise,
okay.
And if you're trying to do it for surprise, then you don't think so. You can attempt a computer's check to try and hack into the controls if you want, but
That's not my forte. Apparently, nobody in the party's forte.
I think it might be best if we try to talk these guys down with the facts, and you just keep them from running scared.
Okay.
And in Carapace, you think it's simply that they sealed up the entrance and just to barricade themselves in. Sweet Spot, Wild Strike, and the guard. Wild Strike, you're going to push that guy forward to...
Yep.
Okay? Yeah. Get in there. The moment you step into what is the medical, like the medical wing, and yes, the moment you guys get in here, you can see that two bots are standing against the back wall. Both of them have weapons raised towards you.
All right, you heard the announcement. We gonna do this or what?
One of them steps forward. All I care about is the safety of the bots under my command. You guarantee our survival, and we will surrender.
Fair enough. We will not harm you unless you take action against us.
That is wise.
He turns back. All right. Put your weapons down. Don't offer any resistance to them. Don't give them any excuse to attack you. We will get through all of this. And I'll turn back to you, Wild Strike. Our lives are in your hands. Treat them well.
All right, follow me. I'll bring them down to the bunks.
Give a quick search just to make sure there aren't any hidden weapons in there.
Are you going? So you're going to do that?
Yes.
Who is watching them while someone does that, and who is doing the searching?
I'll watch them.
I'll search.
And I shall also watch because there's enough of them to keep 2 sets of eyes on.
There, give me 2 perception checks then, please.
Okay. Oh, wow, okay. An 18 and a 20, so that is a 26 and a 28. Apparently I know if I was in this room, where would I be if I was a weapon? All right, I am a weapon. I think like them.
You find about half a dozen pistols. Scattered, or most of them are actually in one room. Like 3 of them are in one room.
Nice.
Looks like this guy was a gun nut.
Nice.
That's Carapus's room.
If I were a tank, where would I be?
And you find just 3 other scattered pistols around the rooms. They look like simple sidearms that they just didn't bring with them.
Sure.
You find a total of 2,850 Shaniks over the course of all the rooms. And, of course, various like personal effects like data pads. A couple of them have like little trinkets here and there that they've collected over their long lives.
Anything that might be used as a communication device, we also want to confiscate.
Yeah, sure. You'll find a comm devices in most of the rooms, actually.
What's like the Transformer equivalent of like a pinup poster?
A blueprint?
Yeah.
An exploded diagram of some machine.
Look at the pistons on that one. Holy goodness.
You see one poster, and it's just a fembot with like her like torso plate off.
Hey, that's a dude. How can you tell? Carburetor.
All right, now Pythagoras.
Before I do that, is there a way Magnum can command the computer to reconnect with the rest of the ship?
From engineering? Yes, you can.
Well, he's sort of stuck in the cargo bay right now. Actually, I'll go to engineering before I separate. And he'll scan the other ship if he can, just to make sure there's nobody else on the other side that we left. Yep, and then I'll separate and I'll send Pythagoras over to check out the laboratory.
Okay, so Magnum, in engineering, you are hooked up to the main systems on the Steelhaven, and you think you can maneuver the ship to get into position to reconnect and command the machinery to reconnect once you're in position. It will take a few minutes, though, you believe.
Okay, once we're reconnected, I will take control of the whole ship.
I want you to give me 2 computers rolls, and then I will describe what Pythagoras is doing here. So Pythagoras, just in case you missed the description last time, I'll go through that again. This medium-sized room looks like something out of a mad scientist's lair. The far wall is lined with a construction rig that is assembling tiny insect-like devices and storing them in energon-filled vats. You can see them crawling up the sides of the jar as they are trying to escape their containment. The torsos of several bots line the right-hand wall, clearly expired, and along the left-hand wall, bolted to it with several energon lines running into it, with several energon lines running into its body, is the opened torso of a black and purple bot. We'll keep those computers rolls. We'll get to that in just a moment. But I need you to give me a culture, a life science, and an engineering check.
28 culture.
Damn.
30 life science.
Damn.
29 engineering.
Holy Pythagoras.
The trifecta.
This is right in his wheelhouse, you know.
Yeah, no, totally. This is why we have you around, dude. Little dude, big brain.
It's too bad no one was around to see you be that good.
That culture check positively identifies Bombshell, so no problems there. The life science check, you recognize that Bombshell is being kept alive by the ship, and that the ship is using him to construct more of the shells. So you can kind of see the whole process as the ship examines Bombshell, scans something, starts to construct another piece of the another Cerebro shell, and then you can kind of see the process. It's all automated at this point.
Okay, so it's using his brain to make them?
Yep. And the engineering check, since you got so high on it, you think you can safely shut down the system. Be aware that if you do shut it down, Bombshell will definitely die. It also doesn't look like he's very alive either.
Okay.
If he does like his Energon necromancy thing, is that?
I mean, if I give him if I heal him before I shut it down, do you think I could keep him alive?
His torso is opened, and most of his innards have been removed.
Okay.
So that's a no.
Well, I mean.
Well, I remember Hot Rod put cups, arm and leg back on.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, Bombshell doesn't really have a chest much anymore.
But his spark is alive, right? I mean.
You're looking through, and you don't actually see a spark in there.
So he's like the equivalent of a vegetable.
Okay, his spark is gone. So he is dead. They're just using his brain.
That's so creepy.
Yeah, because there's no way I can't repair him without a spark. So I will shut it down then in that case.
So that's a hard no.
He's only mostly dead.
No, he's really, really dead. Matter of fact, he's so dead he's still moving.
You go ahead and you shut down all his devices. You can see the whatever light was in Bombshell's eyes finally dim to gray.
Shuts down.
And the assembly line of Cerebro shells is no more.
All right.
Magnum over in engineering. What'd you get for your computer check?
Let's see. Sweet Spot was helping me.
Yeah, I didn't really help with the first one. I got a 9.
22 and a 22.
Hey.
So while Pythagoras was checking in on all of the macabre stuff in the Cerebro Shell lab, Magnum was getting the two halves of the ship connected, or I should say the other third of the ship connected. The moment the ship clicks into place and all of the computer systems realign, you notice that the bridge crew looks like they're trying to take over engineering and shut you out. And through a very, very quick thinking, you manage to lock them out of engineering control and isolate Deck 3 on there so that they can't get access to anything below that point.
Can I take away the bridge controls from them?
Yeah, you feel as if you can. You have the Deck 3 reattached. What would you like to do?
I will lock them all into the room since they have no computer control anymore.
Okay.
Restrain them into the bridge.
You lock down the door to the bridge. That is in place, and you cut the power to the bridge control, so that is offline. And you shut down power to the upper level of engineering, which is the computer control section. And you lock that last person in place. There are 3 bots that are in the bridge currently. There's 1 bot that's in the upper section of engineering where computer control is. And you're getting a life sign from what looks like the captain's office.
So I'll let everyone know that where everyone is, and I think that I have them all restrained and right now, so they can't do anything.
Hey, Wild Strike, you want to climb up to the ladder into the captain's office and talk to these fools?
Sure. Where's the ladder?
In the laboratory.
Wildstrike, give me a quick perception check for you.
Sure. 15.
You don't think you would have been able to find this access hatch unless you didn't already know about it. But luckily, over in the corner, you can kind of see a very thin line where it looks like the ceiling hatch can separate and slide across.
Okay.
Takes you a few minutes to kind of figure out how to actually get access to it, but you kind of feel around a little bit, and you find that there's a removable panel on the side of one of the walls there, and you pull that off and flip the switch, and the hatch opens, and it goes upwards into the captain's office. You gonna head up there?
Yep.
Go for it.
Magnum, are you okay right here?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm doing just
All
fine.
right.
I got my eye and everything.
I'll be back later.
All right.
Wild Strike, another perception check, please.
14 for me.
20 for me.
This 15 by 15 foot room appears to be the captain's office. But instead of a recharging slab or personal effects, the room appears to have been converted into a makeshift communications center. Multiple monitors cover the back wall and show the locations of dozens of signals throughout Iacon, but clustered heavily at the ISS building. Several datapads are stacked haphazardly on a desk in the corner next to a secure storage container which currently hangs open. Connected to the monitors via several thick cables is an unusual-looking blue piece of equipment. What would you like to do?
Are you a robot?
Is there a bomb in here?
Give me a life... Give me a life science check, please.
You need to have a rank in order to do that, right?
I believe so.
Okay, then I choose not to.
All right, this room's empty. Move on to the next.
But I found someone
Bunch
in
of
there.
garbage in there.
I picked someone up on scanner.
Well, they left.
Do either of you two have medicine as a skill?
I have a rank in medicine, yes.
No.
I have a single rank.
Then give me a roll.
And it is a class skill, ironically. But I rolled a 5, so that is a 12.
Okay, everything looks fine. You can't tell what's going on. You don't have no idea what's happening here.
Okay.
And no one responds to you when you say, "Are you alive?"
Right, of course, because they wouldn't. Why would they? I mean, I wouldn't ask. I mean, I was being funny, as Patrick's saying that I wouldn't know. Okay, so let's head in this room and.
This leads to the bridge?
Yep, that door leads to the bridge.
Alright, I'll open the door.
If you're just going to open the door, you'll see 3 bots with guns pointed towards you.
That's fine.
We're so used to it at this point.
Alright.
Alright, drop your weapons.
Stop where you are! Stop where you are! Stop where you are!
Listen. We got the rest of the bots are either dead or they're in the prison. There's the 3 of you. There's another one out back. You gotta drop your weapons and surrender, or we're gonna kill you. Quickswitch is gone. We've taken over the ship.
Go ahead and either make an intimidate or a diplomacy check.
Intimidation. Oop. Intimidation. Come on.
22. Oh no, sorry, the first one didn't go through. 13.
13.
I rolled a 1, so I have a 9, so I don't even aid. You guys don't look scary. Okay, death it is.
It doesn't look like they believe you, but when after it looks like they're going to start taking shots at you, you get on the comms to Magnum and tell him to disable gravity in the bridge, and they very quickly realize that they are at a disadvantage.
Magnum will put his face on every single screen.
That's an intimidate check.
We are the ship now. Now, you're gonna go quietly. Or do I have to flush you out the airlock?
Is it just the 3 up here?
There's still one in that other room that you came up in. Who's he?
What room?
The one that's the passageway with the thing in the floor.
Well,
There wasn't anybody.
Yeah, I
in
asked if anybody was a thing,
Life
and they said...
There's life signs in there.
Oh, we didn't see anybody in there.
Start kicking the furniture.
Alright, these 3 guys surrender, though?
Yes. The 3 bridge officers will surrender, and you can escort them down to the barracks.
I'll bring them down there while Carapace is trying to figure out what's going on in the other room.
If this guy is disguised as equipment, which I'm assuming.
Okay, you know what, Carapace? Give me one more medicine check.
Medicine. I rolled... Yeah, I have an 11. There's no one here.
Can I just send a shock through the whatever terminal that dude's connected to? I'll create a power surge in that room.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Do you want Carapace to leave first?
No. He's tough stuff. It's not going to hurt him.
Okay. Well, you send a shock through all the equipment there, and likely through Carapace as well. So, Carapace, you take 1 point of electricity damage.
Worth it.
And nothing happens.
Okay, I don't see anything.
All right.
Maybe there's a glitch.
Lock the door, lock the passage, and we'll work it out later.
Okay.
Just send Pythagoras in
you
there.
You couldn't be wrong, could you? Like, that's never happened before.
I don't understand. You're breaking up. I heard a word. I didn't get it. No. Bye.
Magnum.
What?
Magnum.
Yeah, but what?
Hold on. No, wait.
Yes.
The room's a comm center, so if you do think something's in there, can you shut down power at least? That way no comms are going to get out?
I think I already did, but yeah. I'll shut down power in that room. And just make sure you barricade the floor and the door.
I mean, I can just sit in the room until you guys come up and deal with it.
Well, yeah, if you have nothing else to do, I mean, I'm sure if there really is equipment in there, and it isn't a fake signal, which we don't know yet either way, the scientists could figure it out.
What about a sweet spot?
A sweet spot might know.
Well, dealing with this fella back here, in the back room.
I think I'm going to dispose of all this stuff if you guys don't have any objections.
Of all of, like, the
little
We might need it for evidence.
cerebro shells. Well, the factory and everything.
That's it.
We're filming everything.
We should keep it for evidence. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want anybody else to be using this, though.
Yeah, I have no opinion on that.
Make sure you document it all, though, because we're going to need to show that to everybody. But if you want to destroy it, that's fine.
Do we know for sure that the bots that have been plagued by the cerebral shells are going to be okay now?
They're not. We're gonna have to find them.
I have a feeling that the room that I'm stuck in, that I'm just too stupid to know, is the control center for all of the bots on the planet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why there's a concentration of them.
That would only make sense.
In the Iocon room, and so it's like, it's just I can't. Obviously, I can't see what's right in front of me. So.
Right. Okay.
Sweet spot. You are heading over to the computer control room and trying to get that guard there. The moment you open the door, he tries to take a shot at you, but you are too quick, and the blast just sails over your head, and you have the gun right up next to him. And go ahead and make an intimidate or diplomacy check.
I will make a diplomacy check by throwing up my hands and say, I surrender.
Confuse them.
Okay.
Take me to the brig.
You see where I'm going with this.
I do.
Diplomacy for sweet spot. There we go. That's 20. Yeah, if I was surrendering to you, you'd have to turn me over to your superior officer, wouldn't you?
Well, yes.
Well, who would that be?
That would be the captain, Captain Quickswitch.
He's dead. Try again.
That would be the first mate.
He surrendered. Try again.
I have a feeling I can keep on going down the list of everyone.
You can. You would be the last person in charge on this ship from the original crew.
I'm the captain now?
That's not what we said, but that's okay.
Quite a lot of bright bulbs they have here.
You're ambitious. I like you. So tell you what, I'm going to let you live. Why don't we reverse places here? You surrender to me now. It's your turn.
And yes, he will surrender to you.
Very well. Follow me. I'll bring him down to the rest of the captured crew members.
Walk this way.
I can't make my hips sway that much.
Hardly anybody can.
Okay, so Magnum, after speaking with Wildstrike and Carapace, you realize that you're probably going to need to get Pythagoras up there.
Yeah, I do. I'll send him up there. I want to keep control of the ship. I'll turn on the bridge controls, since the bridge is empty now.
Wait a minute. Wildstrike is up in the bridge right now.
Yes, I am.
I'm not sure we want to give him control of a ship this big.
Full speed!
No stress or nothing.
Yep, you can get controls. You can restore power to the bridge and unlock your lockouts there. Sure.
Pythagoras is gonna. Can he find like a cart? Do a search of anything that like unique that he might want to salvage. He'll keep one vial of Cerebro shells, and then he'll detach Bombshell's emblem.
His badge there, okay.
And then he'll load Bombshell into a cart and put all the Cerebro shells with their energon in there, and find an airlock.
You may have to bring him down to the deck 1 and shove it out the back of the ship, but either way, that'll work.
That's fine. Yeah, he'll make sure to tether himself, and then when it's flying out, when the cart is floating out there, he'll give it a shot once it's at a safe distance. And with that much energon on board, there's probably not going to be anything left.
Give me a quick roll. Don't roll a 1, though.
Natural 20.
You take aim, and boom! One shot is all it takes, and all of the Cerebro shells that were left in that vat have now been destroyed, along with the remains of Bombshell.
All right. He'll head up to where Carapace is sitting.
Give me a life science and a medicine check.
Now I roll a 20.
Of course.
I roll a 27 to aid.
15 and 18.
Well, that's good, because you're both successful now. All right, with that life science, you can clearly identify that piece of equipment as a bot. With that medicine check, you can identify that there's a transformation inhibitor attached to the bot. It seems to be not just inhibiting his transformation cog, but also his higher functions as well.
Oh, jeez.
He couldn't transform if he wanted to.
Yeah. And I'm zapping him.
Zap zap.
Carapace, you want me to try to let him loose now, or do you guys want to wait till more of us are together?
I'm curious.
I mean, I figured if he's in prison like that, well, let me do an assessment, because how difficult would it be for me to free him without hurting him?
You think you can do it? It's going to take a few minutes.
Okay, because if it was very risky, I'd want to take it to fix it instead. But if I think I can do it, I'll try to do it.
All right, do it. Do it now.
You can do anything.
Give me a quick engineering check.
Are you talking to Magnum or the ship?
Yes.
You're stroking those controls ever so lovingly.
I am the ship now.
I'm a big ship now.
Magnum, where did you say that airlock was? I think I might want to bail.
18 engineering.
Yeah, it takes you longer than you think, but you do manage to disconnect the transformation inhibitor and just remove all the restraints locking this bot into the wall. As you're examining him too, as you're getting all of this removed, it looks like Quickswitch hooked him straight into the communications system of the ship, and as you're examining his alt mode, it looks like he is effectively a system-wide communications device. Considering that the lab for the Cerebro shells was right below this, you think that he was using this bot as the key to transmit the control signal for all of the Cerebro shells from the ship through him.
Yeah. Can I use him to send a signal to a system-wide signal to do universal shutdown of all Cerebro shells?
You think you can try, but after you disconnect him from the wall, he starts to move around a bit, and he transforms back to his bot mode. Hey, buddy, over here. What you doing? This is my body over here. What buttons you pressing?
Oh, hello.
Come
I'm
on.
sorry. You were a prisoner, more or less, from what I can tell. What do you remember last?
Yeah, that rotten Sparks Quickswitch. He hooked me into this wall. I don't even know what the date is right now. What's been happening?
Well, I'll give him the date.
It's been cycles, hasn't it? And yeah, as you're talking to him, you get the impression that he's been locked up for cycles, like almost from the moment that you guys got on the Metallicus and left the city, almost from the moment that happened. That was the last time he remembers. Mm-hmm. He's actually a very small bot too. He is Pythagoras-sized.
All right, cool.
Twinsies.
Pal. Well, he'll say, "Nice to meet you. My name's Pythagoras."
Voltage.
Well, we're here to. If you've been prisoner here, we're here to get you out of here.
What happened to Quickswitch? You took care of him?
We took care of him.
Oh, that's good news.
However, could you do me one favor before we leave?
Sure. What is that? What do you need?
Can you just send a signal to all the shells that he's been using you to control to shut themselves down permanently?
Is that what I've been communicating with? Cerebro shells?
Yep.
Ooh. Oh. Now I just feel dirty.
Well, a lot of people are going to feel the same way. Don't worry. Not your fault. So.
And yeah, he'll hook himself back into the system on his own this time, and he will transmit what appears to be a shutdown order. And as you are watching the screens, you can start to see the active signals kind of blinking out, starting from the outer reaches of Iacon towards the central area at the ISS building.
All right. All right. You've been stuck here. Why don't you stretch your legs? I'll introduce you to everyone.
I'd love that. I would love that so much. You said your name is Pythagoras, huh?
Yep. Nice to meet you. This is Carapace.
Carapace.
Ooh, you're a big butt, and you're towering over him.
He's worth his weight, too. I'll tell you that. And he'll send a little private message, too, although this guy probably can hear it, so he's not going to say anything. Carapace is going to keep an eye on him no matter what, so I don't need to tell him to do that. I don't have to be the paranoid one here. I got someone else to do it for me.
And go ahead and make me a computers check there, Pythagoras.
28.
You take a look at those data pads over in the corner and take a quick examination of them. And it looks like these pads contain extracted information from an ancient Cybertronian explorer named Starrunner. And it looks as if someone was trying to use this information to plot out a course.
Course to where?
You don't know. It looks like someone was examining the information from, potentially from that data crystal, and trying to match it up with existing places.
All right, well, I will confiscate all this information and anything else I can get my hands on in this room. I'll go over it.
Okay, over to the bridge here. Wild Strike, you're sitting at the controls over here for the bridge, I see?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you flip everything on, and you're getting ship telemetry from all around you. You can see Cybertron below you, sunrise over Cybertron, and the controls are right there at your beck and call.
Yeah, I want to see if Sweet Spot would want to calm Zaron first. Let him know that we have the ship and we can bring it down.
Oh, gladly. I would gladly make that call.
Tell him we can land at the spaceport unless he has another idea.
Can we, though? Have you ever handled a ship this big?
Oh, sure. Getting down's easy.
Somehow.
Does he want us to land at the spaceport, or is there a building he wants destroyed?
or a block of buildings.
Yeah.
Can do either way.
Yeah, sweet. You'll go ahead and give Zaron a quick call.
I'll have Ironhide meet you there, and we'll wrap up everything we need to.
Apparently, there has been quite a concentration of cerebral cells at the ISS building, but we kind of already knew that, so there might be a large number of bots needing counseling, if you could arrange for that.
I just got reports that more than half of the security forces in the building have collapsed.
Okay, then.
Minister Fixit is already en route with a medical staff.
It's like, did you send a kill order?
Magnum, what did you do?
Which way is that airlock?
Not it. Problem solved.
You get the sense from Zaron that everyone's still alive. They're just unconscious.
Ooh, okay. That's a load off everyone's mind up here. Thank you for that. And we'll be arriving in, what do you think, Wild Strike? About an hour?
Seconds. 5, 4,
an hour for a safe landing.
3, 2.
There we go. Hold on.
Zaron, you might want to duck. Lower. Not you, Wild Strike.
All right, Wild Strike, you go ahead and bring the ship down into the atmosphere, down through the space lanes, and heading over to the spaceport, and you smoothly land the ship right at Iacon Spaceport.
Just bring the nose up a little bit. Just a little bit more.
I know how to fly.
Tiny bit more than that.
And we will see all of you next time with Level 6.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Woo!
We have many,
I'll drink to
many
that.
rules to discuss.
Yes.
I hope everybody enjoyed that. I know we did.
That's gonna be a
Yes,
long
definitely.
one.
Can
It
I
is gonna be a long
say,
episode.
from the players here, I think they'd all agree with me. Thank you, Mike, for this. So far, this has been a fantastic game.
Seriously?
Enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
So we very much appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. Not that we're done, but
I've never had more fun almost dying.
Yes, it's the best Transformers game I've ever played.
Indeed, I can concur.
That is a fact.
I want to tell you to shut up, but I'm too proud.
And as well you should be.
that's how you insult someone.
With a smile on both the faces.
This is Roadbuster. My squad is under fire from road cons and we need backup. We need someone fast. Someone who can scout out the cons encampment. Sweet spot. Played by Adam and Chew. It's 2 clicks away. Get him here. Fast. We could use some extra firepower. Get Wild Strike down here. Played by Mike M. I know he's the next con, but he's still the best damn gunner I know. The cons are breaking through. We need more soldiers. Carapace, Rex, where are you two? You're the toughest bots I know. Played by Patrick Finn and Rob Muller. Springer's been hit. We need a medic. Get Pythagoras over here. Played by Matthew G. If we don't make it out of this, tell Mission Command that Empire of Rust was created, written, and GM'd by Michael Ordway. And to support the podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/rust. Listen to the Transmissions Network for all the latest Transformers news and media. Oh, this is bolts. Wreck and roll.